Hey everyone, there's a new card kit in town and it is literally called the Cutest Card Kit Ever. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm super excited to be here today to share the brand new The Stamp Market Cutest Card Kit Ever. These new kits are packed with goodies, including stamps, dies, cardstock, embellishments, but the best part is they're combined with a class offered by the Stamp Market. You can buy the kit as a one-off or subscribe. Either way, you get the class. The kits that are on sale now will only be on sale until April 30th. And then the kits themselves will ship in June. The class will be in June as well. But there's lots of details and I'll link to the Stamp Market's website so that you can get them all. But for now, let's unbox the Cutest Card Kit Ever, the standard version. The Cutest Card Kit Ever comes in this gorgeous storage box. It is nice and sturdy. It's large enough to fit 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock, and it has a magnet closure. I adore these boxes. They will definitely be kept in my studio. First up, we have in the standard kit these sequins. Next up, we have a large 6x8 stamp set. You can see that there's Father's Day sentiment. There's also different shapes. This is the die set, and I will show you exactly how to use this die set, but basically it's creating a timepiece or a watch. And here are the cardstock colors that come. There's an entire rainbow of colors in this kit, so you have plenty of different colors to decide between and work with. And of course, you're getting the full 8.5 by 11 pieces. There are a few items that you can pick up individually as add-ons, like that stitched diamond cover die and this stitched flower cover die. I cut out both cover dies so that you could see what they look like on white cardstock. They're such a great background. Now let's dive into those adorable card kit supplies and make some cards. First, I'll use some of the cardstock to cut out the watch bands. There are 3 different watch bands, one with just a stitch line, one with little polka dots cut out of it, and one with stitching on it. Now I'll use the stamp set, and this is the little dashes on the watch. There are also circular sentiments, so I am going to stamp one of the circular sentiments right inside those little dash marks. So this is really easy to line up. You just basically want to make sure that you have a little bit of the same margin around all the sides. Next, there is a large flower, and I've stamped that in some Stamp Market ink. And now I'll cut this out with the same watch die that I cut that frame out of light pink. So I'll just hold it in place with some tape and then die cut that out. Now I'm placing a little bit of liquid adhesive behind one of the watch bands. I'm using the pierced watch band as a polka dot watch band. So I'm layering the little pierced holes over a white watch band. I also want to pop up the rim of the watch itself. So I have cut it out of 2 pieces of white cardstock and 1 piece of pink. I'll use a little bit of liquid adhesive behind the pink to adhere it down to the first white cardstock that I cut out of with the same die. And then I'll use a little more liquid adhesive behind that to adhere it down to that 3rd piece of cardstock. That's just going to give me a little lift off of the card without having to use foam around that thin circle. I decided to use 2 pieces of cardstock for the watch face. And of course, we have the 2 pieces of cardstock on the band as well. So here I have the watch bands, and I'll place this outline of the watch face, the rim around the watch. I'll just place it where I think it will line up underneath the bands. You can see those 4 little pieces, 2 sticking out at the top, 2 sticking out at the bottom. Those are the ways that the watch is connected to the band. So I decided to use a couple of small foam squares to pop up the watch band even more, even though I already have 2 pieces of cardstock there. I just thought it looked better with the watch face that I'm creating here. And then I'll adhere the watch face inside the rim. I have a little circle that there's a couple of arms for the watch, and there's a circle with two of the arms. So I did cut out that circle, and then I'll adhere the little arms one on top of each other. And the long arm you just place in a spot where it's not going to cover up your sentiment completely. I decided to use some of the sequins as well. So I have a little dot of glue on every petal of the flower that's in the center of the watch, just to add a little bling because I always think that looks fun. Then I decided I wanted more bling, so there's going to be a small sequin in between each of the dashes of the watch to create another section of that watch. And this time I'm using slightly smaller sequins. And then I decided I wanted to use those stars too. So in between the little polka dots that I created for the watch band, I've added little dots of adhesive, and I'm placing those little gold stars on all of those dots so that the watch band is both polka dot and little gold stars as well. And that, I think, is enough bling, but you could always add more if you want to. I love how much fun this card was to put together. So for the next card, I'm doing a masculine card. I'm actually going to do a Father's Day card. So I've stamped the little dashes of the watch in navy ink from the stamp market, and I'm using the circular sentiment that says Happy Father's Day with some black ink, and then I've stamped the center of the watch. Now I used the little stitched bands that has the diagonal lines, but there's also these dies that cut out these little crossed lines, and they probably don't go together, but I wanted to use them both. So there you go. A little bit of stitching, a little bit of argyle going on there. And then there are these longer pieces that you can use to cover up one end of the watch band there. So you can see that you'll face those in towards each other, towards the watch itself. So I'm trying to place that circle of the face of the watch right in the center of those two bands. And then I'll add a little liquid adhesive to the rim around the watch that I've already cut out in the same color as those bands that are connected to the watch bands. Okay, so now I've also again cut out that little circle in the center that holds the two hands together. That's where they spin around, and I've cut out a couple of hands from another color of cardstock from the kit as well. All the cardstock that I used except for the white is included in the kit. Now there are two little dots that I'm sure you could use to create dots in between the dashes. I decided to create a polka dot face for this watch and just stamp it with a small stamp block, an acrylic block. This way I could kind of have fun with it and just stamp wherever I thought it needed a different color of dot there. And I think those look so much fun. You could do this in any color combination. You could use more colors than I used, but I think sticking to two that kind of worked with the colors that I already had on the watch really kind of bring it all together so that it's not just a plain watch face. Again, I love this kit and how much fun these cards are to make. I don't know about you, but I love every single thing about this kit, from the box that it comes in on down. I'm super excited about the class in June that's available too, and I love supplies that can be used for Father's Day, but can also be used for lots of different versatile cards. Don't forget to head down to the YouTube description box below this video. I'll link to the stamp market so you can get all the details about the kit. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. I hope you didn't hear my tummy rumbling. Pretty hungry, actually.